Liberty Hangout.
Hello, hello. This is Charles Perallo here from beinglibertarian.com and libertyhangout.org. All across the country right now, everybody is saying trumpet, stand with Rand, Marco Polo, the game of finding Hillary's emails. But you know what? People all over are feeling the burn. So we went to the heart of American liberalism, Washington Square Park, NYU, and there's a Black Lives Matter protest today. So get the fire extinguisher. A lot talking about the 2016 election. Who are you supporting?
Bernie Sanders for the time being, but probably which other Democratic.
Okay, so you like Bernie's plans on education, universal college. You like that?
That's something I haven't really thought of. I've been out of college for a while, but my loans are still haunting me, so...
More or less, yes.
Yes.
Okay, universal pre-K.
Yeah, that's
okay.
important.
Now, what about Bernie's plan to give everybody a $10,000 grant? So if they're in the K through 12 system, they can choose what school they'd like to go to, and entrepreneurs and teachers can emerge, and there can be, for lower income families, a better opportunity to get options in the education system over what's available.
The way you're putting it certainly sounds like a good idea. I'd have to do more research about the actual plan, but if it goes down like you just said it, I'm on board.
Okay, what if I told you that's actually something Bernie's opposed to? That's Jeb Bush and Rand Paul's idea.
That would surprise me.
What's your opinion of the 2016 election right now? Who you support?
We've got a bunch of idiots running.
Okay, well, that's a good line. That's a good start. Who would you have to support of the idiots? Who runs the pack of morons?
I think that it should be Bernie Sanders against Trump, and then I'm going to move to Canada.
2016 election. Who do you support?
I'm not sure, really.
Anyone. Guess right now. It better not be Donald Trump.
No, I can't. I'm Mexican, so...
Oh.
Yeah. I can't support him.
2016 election. Who do you back?
Oh, boy, I think Bernie right now.
Why Bernie?
He seems like a decent human being.
Okay, so Bernie's for more taxes. What do you think is a good tax rate to have if you had an idea?
I am not a tax expert.
What if I told you that Bernie Sanders' tax plan would have to raise, if you were to raise taxes on the top 20% of people to 100%, you would still run a deficit?
I'm not getting into this.
Okay,
discussion.
one last one. This is a friendly one. What do you
Okay.
think of Donald Trump?
You can suck it.
What about Bernie Sanders?
Bernie Sanders, I gotta look more about him. I never really heard of him that much.
Okay, now I know you know one name probably better than anyone else, Donald Trump.
Hell no, I'm never voting for Donald Trump.
2016 election, who are you guys backing?
Bernie Sanders!
Oh my fucking God, I found a trio of them. All right, what about Bernie do you like?
We're from Vermont.
What about Hillary, gives you confidence, or what in her platform?
First of all, she showed that she could be a strong, disciplined first lady, and then becoming behind that, I think she learned enough from her husband, who was the president, and she's just gonna put a little new spank on it with her own mindset.
Who do you support for the 2016 election right now?
Donald Trump.
Why do you support Donald Trump?
Because I fucks with his toupee.
You like the toupee?
Yeah.
Anything about his immigration policies?
I don't really pay attention about that. But
Tax plan?
I don't know about his tax plan.
What about Bernie Sanders?
Who is Bernie Sanders?
Old Jewish guy.
Old Jewish guy?
He's a socialist.
I don't know.
You're telling me that Bernie sucks.
Pretty much.
Tell me that Trump sucks.
Pretty much.
Anyone reasonable there?
I like that one guy that was in Vietnam. He seems like a...
Jim Webb?
Yes.
Just dropped out a couple days ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, he just dropped out. He said he might run as an independent.
Damn. Yeah, I don't like anybody.
What do you think of Bernie Sanders?
Oh, isn't he the OG, like
Yes.
the original guy doing it?
He's really old. Like, the dinosaurs have, some old memories with him.
He's an old nigga.
Yeah. All right. Any policy positions you'd like the government to take up?
Libertarian.
Oh, well, fuck, we're the same here. We're here right now, Washington Square Park. What's your opinion of Bernie Sanders?
I'm rooting for Bernie Sanders to do well in the Democratic primaries. Most important to me is that just the Democratic Party wins the presidency.
Why are you supporting Bernie Sanders?
I find social justice and economic inequality and the importance of the environment 3 of my main issues, and I think he has pretty strong stances.
Economic inequality, that's more taxes. What would be your desired tax increase on, let's say, the top 10% of Americans?
You know, I don't have a number in mind. I'm not.
What would
I'm not
you
really,
think? What would you think is excessive?
Like I said, I don't really know the tax percentage-wise. I would say that probably 25, 30% might be excessive. I don't really know.
All right, what if I were to tell you for Bernie's plan to work, he would have to raise taxes on the top 20% of income earners over 200%.
Over 200% of what it is now. I don't know what it is now.
Right now it would be about 30 to 40%.
Of their income?
Yeah.
So it would be...
Now that includes deductions, by the way.
So it would be 50%.
It would be about, it would be more like...
Deductions.
It would be more like 70%. Spider-Man. Who does Spider-Man support for president right now?
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, God, Bernie Sanders. Why do you support Bernie Sanders?
I think he will help common people.
He'll help poor people? Okay, so you want to tax the rich more?
Apparently, guess.
How much more?
I'm not sure about economics.
What if I told you he had to tax, to get his plan, he would have to tax the top 20% of people an extra 210% a year to get things going? What do you think?
I would say that's debatable.
So you'd be okay with
Not financial experts.
you'd be okay with an 80 with taxes on the top 20% of people, making them make less than the bottom 30%.
I'm not entirely sure.
Now what about legalization of marijuana?
That's sad. That's very sad. That's just like alcohol. It's a very sad thing. You know how many people are dying because of Budweiser, Heineken, Anheuser-Busch? How many families are broken up because of Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch? These places...
I never had a glass.
Wait, these companies need to be burnt, shut down, destroyed, because they do nothing but destroy people's lives.
Didn't Woodrow Wilson try that?
I don't know if he did, but I know one thing. Jesus came to save us out of these things. And if you give in to these things, you're a sucker.
You there. Who do you support for the 2016 election right now? You're from this country?
No.
Oh, fuck. I'm out of my mind. Were any of you from this country?
No.
Oh, wait. Well, I told you this was the wrong location to go to. Video, and you're on with me now. All right. Who do you support for the 2016 election?
What?
2016 presidential election, who do you back?
No speak English.
Do you support a $15 an hour minimum wage?
$15. Yeah, but I guess, I don't know.
Would you support a $30 an hour minimum wage?
Then no. I mean, I'm used to $1.
Well, Mexico has 83 minimum wages.
Yeah, but the lower
They suck.
10. It's $1.
All right,
So it's really
great meeting you there. How long have you been in this country?
I've been for 4 days now. Yeah.
Wait, 4 days.
Yeah. I'm just a tourist.
Were you hired by El Chapo to kill Donald Trump?
No.
$15 minimum wage. Do you back that?
Yes.
Why a $15 minimum wage?
Because we're students in Vermont.
Okay, so why not a $30 minimum wage?
Because that's too high.
What would happen if a $30 minimum wage was enacted?
There would be huge unemployment.
Why wouldn't that happen with a $15 minimum wage?
Because there's still demand for employment at that price.
The Congressional Budget Office found that there would be 7 million jobs. Congressional Budget Office found out 7 million jobs get lost if you were to raise the minimum wage to $15. Only 10% of the people that get wage increases are people living in poverty. How does that make you feel? Do you support a $15 an hour minimum wage?
Yeah, absolutely I do. But, you know...
Do you support a $30 minimum wage?
I support as high a minimum wage as we can stand without tanking the entire country.
What if I told you there was a report done using CBO statistic that showed 7 million jobs would be lost with a $15 minimum wage?
I'd ask, like, what CBO statistic?
CBO, Congressional Budget Office, they're like the Department of Labor. Same exact study they did in 2003. The study was done from a $9 minimum wage that they did in 2014.
Well, you sound like you know what you're talking about. I do not know it.
All right, would you support a school voucher system?
Don't know enough.
Gives every student $10,000 to find educational choice. It monitors the school, no religious schools, no scam schools, has to monitor things. Basically gives food stamps for education.
It sounds like a nice thing.
Would you believe that's a Rand Paul, Jeb Bush position?
What? No way.
Okay, so who you supporting in the 2016 election?
Well, I don't know yet. We're still looking and debating about the one. It'll be a Republican, I hope. Jeb Bush was a favorite, but Donald Trump leads all the polls, and a couple of others that we liked are way down the list. So, don't know.
Do you support taxing the 1% more?
Yes.
How much more?
15% more.
15% more?
Okay, that would get you.
What if I told you that to the rest of the world, you are the 1%?
Well then, okay, that's fine.
You recognize yourself as capitalist, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
All right. Donald Trump, he has very restricted trade views, wants a lot of tariffs. That's extremely anti-capitalist. What do you think of that?
I think Donald's a great showman. He's probably in the wrong business, real estate wise.
So you think he should just set his own reality show full year round?
That might be a good thing to do. It's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out.
Okay, Donald Trump, his immigration views.
Yeah.
What do you think of them?
Oh, they're clearly not feasible.
What if I told you they're very similar to Bernie's views?
What?
Bernie Sanders.
What?
Bernie,
No way.
Bernie Sanders does not support openish borders. He's actually had some statements favoring deportation over the years, and he also called the idea of open immigration a Koch brothers idea.
Oh dear.
Whoa, the tables are turned right there. Tables are turned. What about Rand Paul?
Rand Paul is going to do something else for a living.
That's cruel. I'm a libertarian, capitalist, laissez-faire. What's wrong with Rand?
Rand is, I don't know, he doesn't strike me as being really what you would call presidential timber.
Oh, I mean, should we just have a president based off of, how someone looks? I mean, a lot of the greatest inventors, greatest people, they were nerdy weirdos.
That's true, absolutely, and you've got a good point there.
And Rand looks like a nerdy weirdo.
Yeah, Rand's got his own agenda for something else. He doesn't really want to be president.
Okay, first off, it's weird that I'm doing talking, that I'm having an interview microphone right here. Okay, what do I think of Bernie Sanders? I think that he's an economic illiterate. His views are very bad. I mean, $15 minimum wage. Hey, you still not filming?
I am.
No. $15 minimum wage is absolutely fucking ridiculous. The idea you think you can just double the wages overnight, 1% of Americans make minimum wage. The idea you could just eradicate that is stupid. Also, $1.8 trillion in new spending. Do you realize how much taxes you'd have to raise to get that? Okay, you support taxing the rich more?
Do I support what?
Taxing the rich more.
Yes.
By how much?
I don't know.
I favor progressive taxes, but I don't know by how much.
Okay, what if I told you to get Bernie's plan, you could tax the top 20% 100% and not have enough money and still run a $300 billion deficit?
I'd have to analyze this.
Okay, one last question. Anyone on the Republican field you like?
You know, I'm not I don't know if I'd want him to be president, but I'm not completely against Chris Christie. I think that he's taken more of a middle stance on a lot of things.
I gotta say, a Bernie Sanders supporter who likes Chris Christie, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's done a lot of things that fly in the face of what Bernie Sanders is for in terms of unions and busting.
Thing. So, no, 99% of income does not go to the top 1%. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is a wealth creation. For example, how much money do you have?
The world, not America.
No, we're talking about just America. I'm talking about just America.
Well, in America, it's different. America is much more wealthier than.
Sure. Okay, how much money do you have in your pocket?
I don't know.
What if I told you if you had $20 and you had no debt to your name, you're wealthier than 50 million people in America?
That's bullshit.
100% true.
I actually think that's true.
Really?
Everybody's in fucking debt.
Yeah.
Everybody in America is in debt.
Also, what if I told you you are wealthier than 3 billion people?
Well, I'd believe that because there's very many people in the world.
Well, congratulations there. Let's see. No, but seriously. Look, let's see. If you were to raise taxes to 100% on the top 20% of people, you still run a $300 billion deficit than Bernie's plan. Would you be okay with middle class people having?
So who is going to solve this? Who's going to do better than this?
Rand Paul.
How?
Deregulation of other policies allowing to import and buy drugs from another country. Like, for example, do you know America is the only country in the world you cannot buy a pill to, let's say, help with pain relief or HIV from another country? America is the only country that bans the import of other drugs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And every.
Demandez-lui qu'il pense de la vie noire. Du vie noire. De la vie noire.
Okay, free college though. Okay, you want to bring the conversation to free college. You support universal college?
Yes.
No, I don't think college should be free, but I think it should.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think college should be free, but I think it should be much cheaper. For example, Oxford in England costs £14,000 a year. $14,000 a year, which is £9,000.
a year. You do realize Harvard, it's not, although it's more expensive in actual tuition, about half of the people at Harvard, which is, I guess, our Oxford, do not pay any tuition.
Well, there's loads of people in Oxford on financial aid too.
Sure, but the 14,000, not as much, not as significant there. Oh, by the way, I love those eyes. I'm sorry, I had to do that for fun. I knew that would freak you out there. That was actually not an actual pass.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you share if you liked the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great content. And check out libertyhangout.org for some awesome liberty-minded material from a great lineup of writers.